the son of the former congressman and 1971 constitutional delegate, Ricardo Ding Quintos. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you our guest of honor and speaker for today. Let us all welcome Dr. Ricardo C. de la Torre Quintos II.
Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po sa inyong nakakabigay puri na pagpapakilala. Binabati ko po at nagpapasalamat po ako sa inyong pag-anyaya sa akin sa araw na ito. Dr. Pablo Estrellana, Mrs. Victoriana Pisostomo, Mrs. Elvira Santos, Mr. Miss Sofio Trillian, ang ating ka-textmate, Mrs. Rosario Tamayo, si Architect Raimundo, and Mrs. Castro, for the grade school directress, and finally Mrs. Josephine H. Gabati. Thank you very much. And to you, mga kagalang-galang na mga tagapamuno ng paaralan, minamahal kong mga guro na kayong tumayong mga pangalawang magulang nitong nasa ating kinakabahan ngayon. No? At sa inyo mismong mga magigiting na magulang, kayo po ay aking binabati at pinupugay bilang pagkakakilala sa inyong marangal na layunin, dedikasyon, at sakripisyo na mahubog itong silang mga ningning ng pag-asa at kinabukasan. You are the future of our country and our world. I honor and praise you, parents and teachers, for you are truly heroes. Sabi nga ni Ronnie kanina, no? He opened his speech with superheroes. And I will also tell you something about heroes later on. Heroes you are, who faced the unseen, pervasive, triple threat enemies that is the pandemic, economic turmoil, and fake news. You protected your charges despite not having the appropriate information, not having the appropriate tools and skills for the warfare that is waged microscopically by an enemy that is unseen by the eye. Armed only with your passion and your love and the faith in the Almighty, you prevailed. And the fact that you and I are here now, right now with your words, for a face-to-face celebration of the graduation of this promising young generation is an undeniable testament to your heroism. Students, pakiusap ko lang. Let us all rise. Tumayo po tayong lahat ngayon. At samahan niyo ako na magbigay-pugay sa ating mga guro at sa ating mga magulang sa kanilang kabayanihan sa pamamagitan ng isang masigabong palakpakan. Thank you. You may take your seats. Salamat, dear students. Now I'm going to direct my speech and my talk to you. Allow me to be a little bit informal at times. Salamat sa pag-anyaya sa akin na dumalo. Dangal sa inyong napakahalagang okasyong pagtatapos. Katulad nga ng sinabi kanina, itong pagtatapos ay maging panimulain lamang. Ito ay iniisip natin, pagtatapos, may iniiwan tayo, pero meron din tayong papasukan. Your graduation is a special milestone in your life. It is an event you will always remember. Although you may not remember the details, and less so, you might even not remember me. But you will always remember the feeling that you have right now. The exciting feeling of moving up in the world, mixed with the anxiety of leaving childhood behind. The theme that you have now, pursuing dreams and fostering resilience in the face of adversity, is as timely and appropriate now as it ever will be for the rest of your life. And it is a theme that will always come to mind every time you make an important decision. For making decisions is a grown-up thing to do. So while here and now, you leave your childhood, and during childhood, pretty much everything was decided for you. In this next phase of your life, you will be facing more and more opportunities to decide and to make decisions that can have significant effects on your lives. To be or to do. Now, one of the major questions that you will have, and one of the major decisions that you will have to make in this next phase of life is, what do I want to be? Some of you may already have an idea of what you want to be as you grow up. Well, I am sure that many have not yet even thought about it. Hindi ko kayo pipilitin ngayon na mag-isip kung ano ang gusto nyong maging sa pagdaan nyo sa mga susunod na mga baitang. Unti-unti nyong makakamit ang mga karanasan, makakatulong sa pagbuo sa inyong desisyon. Ang nais ko lang na gawin sa inyo ngayon sa darating na panahon ay ang suriin ninyo ang inyong sarili. Look deep within yourself. Try to know more about yourself. Find out what you consistently like to do, and therefore determine what it is that you feel fulfilled in doing. In short, keep thinking about what is it that I want to do rather than what is it that I want to be. In realizing what you want to do, you begin to identify your passion. You begin to identify your dream. And that is the first most important step in fostering resilience in the face of adversity. Because if you are doing what you like to do, no obstacle is going to be big enough to stop you. Gusto mo yan eh. Kung gusto, may paraan. Kung ayaw, may dahilan. If that is what you want to do, you will find a way to do it. And that determination is the first major step for combating adversity. Have a passion, have a dream, and that passion and dream will be your guiding light, will be your goal. And no matter how far your goal is, each little step will take you closer and closer to that goal. Now, at this point, I'd like to talk about heroes and villains, a topic that was introduced a while ago by Ronnie. And a topic that you hear a lot about during this pandemic. The question really is, how do you know if your passions or your dreams are good or bad? Earlier, we give thanks to heroes. We give thanks to our parents. We give thanks to our teachers, the officers of the school. But really, whatever it is that you want to do or be, there are just two choices for you. Do you want to be a hero? Or do you want to be a villain. Two choices. Whether you become a doctor, whether you become a lawyer, whether you become an employee, whether you become a laborer, whether you become a teacher, whether you become just a businessman, or whether you become, just a tambay sa kanto. All of them can either be heroes or villains. Which one would you rather be? Because what is a hero and what is a villain? If you watch cartoons or the comics, the template hero is this. Or maybe let's start first with the template villain. The template villain is someone who usually will have a lot of resources. Multi-millionaire, super smart, super intelligent, genius. But what do they do with all these resources, and what do they do with all these smarts? Their efforts are invariably selfish. Para sa kanila yan. Gagamitin nila yung talino, yung yaman, para makalikom para sa kanila. Aagawan yung iba para sa kanila. Villain yun. If you will look at the template hero sa comics, sa Avengers, sa DC, sino yung mga hero doon? Makikita mo, sure, they might have superpowers, but generally, their superpower is only one. Generally, hindi sila mayaman, pero may superpower, isa lang. Mabilis tumakbo. Malakas ang pandinig. Nakakbuhat ng mabigat. Isa lang ang superpower. So parang dehadong-dehado sila sa villain. Diba? The villain was very rich, very powerful, with a lot of intelligence, a lot of genius. Pero what distinguishes them, what makes them a hero, is really not their superpower. What makes them a hero is what they do and how they use that single superpower. And what they do with that single superpower is to use it for the betterment of people, to serve, to save, hindi pang sarili. Kaya ganun din yan. Whatever you become a doctor, your superpower will be curing people. Gagamitin mo ba yun para sa sarili mo? O gagamitin mo ba yun para sa ibang tao, sa kapwa, sa society at sa komunidad? Maaari kang gamitin mo yung talino mo at makapag-invento ka ng isang kagamitan na which will give you a lot of resources. But what will you do with that resources? Ibibili mo ng malaking bahay, ibibili mo ng mahal na kotse, para sa iyo yan, gano'n. Samantalang nandun lang sa labas ng gate mo, may mga nagugutom, eh, hindi mo bibigyan. O gagamitin mo yun na matulungan ang iyong kapwa, ang iyong society, ang iyong community. Hero, villain, which one do you want to be? Sabihin natin, sa hindi kagandahan nga palad, you were only able to get a job as a janitor. Which is not to say that the janitor is a poor job. It is a dignified job. Because if you do it well, then that is your superpower. Superpower in making sure the area is so clean for you to give, for that janitor to give a very wonderful environment of learning for the students. That is a singular superpower that helps people. And he is a hero. So kahit isa lang ang lakas mo, isa lang. Whatever you do with it will define you whether you are a hero or a villain. So think about that, bring that question in your mind. What would you be? Hero or villain? Next, I would like to talk about adversity. Yan din naman ang tema natin. Adversity. We have talked about dreams. We have talked about passions and goals and how to know about your dreams and passions and make them into your goals. What is adversity? Adversity is merely something that seems to prevent you from reaching your goals and your aspirations. Merong mga pumipigil sa iyo sa pagtamo ng gusto mong maabot. No? Tawag nga natin dyan, mga kontrabida. Yan ang adversity. However, I would like you to understand that there are many forms of adversity. I would like to share this with you because not many people will realize that something is really adverse to what they are doing. There are 3 D's. Letter D, in adversity. There are 3 forms. The first D is adversity are direct obstacles. They are direct obstacles. Talagang pinipigilan ka, hinaharang ka na maabot at matamo ang iyong ninanais. And there are many different kinds. Halimbawa, gusto mong maging ganito. Or you want to do this, you want to do art. But you cannot buy art equipment. You cannot buy the proper art equipment because it is so far from your grasp. That is adversity. No? It's preventing you from reaching your goals. But what do? You find a way around it. Either you find a way around it, or you barrel your way through it, or you push it away, or you go over or under it. There are many ways. Like I said, if it is your passion, you will find a way around that adversity. And usually that is the common form of adversity that we face, that we get to encounter in our lives. But I would like to tell you that there is another form of adversity, and this is the second D. And this form of adversity is more subtle. No? This is more devious. And this adversity is called distraction. Nadi-distract ka from your goal. Alam mo ito yung goal mo. Pero na-attract ka dito. Nawala, naliis yung paningin mo sa goal mo, and dito ka tuloy napunta. So it prevented you from going to your goal because it distracted you. At this day and age, at this time, there are so many distractions. Sabi ko nga, itong mga social media can be good, it can also be bad because it is so distracting. It distracts us from what we really want to do and what we really need to do. But we can use it to our advantage just as long as you are not distracted from it. You need to keep your goal ahead of you, be mindful that you are still going towards your goal and not being distracted by it. Kung ang goal mo ay makatapos, mag-aral, ang daming distraction dyan. Instagram, YouTube, barkada. Meron mga distractions dyan. Sometimes, it is okay to take your mind off things and be distracted for a while, but make sure you go back. Make sure you go back. Huwag ka lang magpalulong ng palayo sa inyong dreams and your aspirations. Okay? Now, the third D na sinasabi ko, na adversity, this is even more devious. This is even more hidden. This is even more destructive than the first 2 Ds of direct obstacles and distraction. This form of adversity is called doubt. Pagdududa. Self-doubt. And marami tayong nakikita na hindi nila natatamo ang talagang gustong matamo dahil nagkakaroon sila ng pagdududa sa sarili. Totoo bang ito? Gusto ko? Baka hindi. Ayoko na yan. Iba na lang. Pagano-ganon. Ay, hindi ko kaya yan. Mas maganda sana kung meron ganun, pero hindi ko kaya. Huwag na lang. And when you do that, that is the major stumbling block, the major adversity that many of you will face. And many people do not even recognize as an adversity. So yung tatlong yun, no? Be mindful of those three. It's easiest to go against the first one. It's a little more difficult, but more controllable. To fight, no? To be resilient against the second one. And sometimes it is very, very difficult. If not sometimes, most of the time, it is very difficult to combat this self-doubt, pagdududa sa sarili, na nagiging sanhi ng hindi pagtatamo ng maraming tao sa kanilang mga ninanais, sa kanilang mga ambisyon. So how do we build resilience? How do we counteract? Or how do we combat this adversity? I would like to share with you a very simple method that I use for myself. While they were introducing me, you might have thought that, wow, ang daming nangyari, ang daming nagawa nitong si Dr. Quintos. Gito listahan. You know, he has this CV, this stick, no? But think about all those little things, all those lines that I was able to put in my CV. For any single line, I had to undergo mountains of adversarial obstacles, including self-doubt. Including self-doubt. I was not immune to that. And I think I could have done more had I was able to perform these little tricks that I am going to share with you in building resilience and combating adversity. And they are not really difficult to do. My acronym for this, in building adversity, is to say, TOL. T-A-L-L. Walk tall. Stand tall. Tandaan lagi niyo yan. Because T-A-L-L stands for T, thanks. Give thanks. Because blessings and sometimes what we think are adversities, are challenges given to us to develop us further. Give thanks to God. For many are the blessings there. And like I said a while ago, for one blessing of a line in my CV, there are multiple adversities for me to overcome, before I could put that. But for each of those adversities, there are many blessings that counteracted that particular adversity. And that is because of having an attitude of giving thanks to the Almighty. Salamat. Salamat, nakakakahinga ako ngayon. I am here in front of you, giving this speech. I have the opportunity to share what I have with you. May mga ibang tao walang opportunity to share. Minsan lang kayo graduate. And of the many people that Attorney Trilliana could have chosen to speak, many who are even better than me, sa akin napunta. And this is a blessing. This is, I give thanks and I give thanks. Give thanks. There are so many things to be thankful for. And if you have gratitude, science has shown that being gratitude changes the chemistry of the brain into a positivity wiring. The same thing that happens when you go and do the second part. No? A. Thanks tayo. Ano yung A? A is appreciate. We thank God. We appreciate our fellow men. We appreciate the world. We appreciate our friends. We appreciate our parents. Kilalanin natin, tanawin natin. Even bad experience, you appreciate it because it has done something good for you. Sabi nga nila, no? Failure. Albert Einstein once said, when he was doing an experiment where he failed 59 times in doing an experiment, and finally he got it right on the 60th time. Tinanong sa kanya, what do you feel having failed 59 times? And sabi niya, I did not fail 59 times. I found 59 ways of how not to do it. So I'm going to share now the 59 ways of how not to do it so that you don't fall into that same trap. Hindi failure yun. No? In-embrace niya, in-appreciate niya yung even these bad things that happened to him. No? So failure, you don't think of failure as kasalanan mo or may kukulang ka. No, failure is really just a way of giving you another way of doing it. No, hanapin mo lang. And so also, in appreciating others, kinikilala mo ang individuality nila and also ang individuality mo. No? Many times, sumasama ang loob natin because we start comparing ourselves with others. Bakit siya ganun? Ako ganito lang. No? Bakit siya taas ang grade? Ako ganito lang. O sasama tuloy ang loob mo. Bakit siya ang bilis niya na nakuha yung pangarap niya? Ako hanggang ngayon sumisikap pa ako. But always din, if you appreciate, kung meron mang mas mabilis sa'yo, meron ding mas mabagal sa'yo. Kung meron man mas mataas ang grade sa'yo, meron ding mas mababa ang grade sa'yo. And if you appreciate them both, you appreciate their individuality and you start to appreciate also your individuality. And lalabas niyan, you will say, I'm an individual. I'm not like him or her. He or she is not like me. May sariling oras siya. May sariling takdang oras siya. Ang takbo ng buhay niya, iba ang rate. Ang takbo ng buhay ko, iba. No? Merong mga milyonaryo na naging millionaires at 24 years old. 24 years old ka rin, siya milyonaryo. Ikaw, 24 years old. Nagsusunod ka pa ng kilay sa libro mo sa college. Only for you later on to find out, at 56 years old na kayo, yung naging milyonaryo at 24 years old, malaman-laman mo, ay, namatay na pala siya ng 52. No? Tapos ikaw naman at 56, you built an empire. No? Hindi ka lang milyonaryo, multi-millionaire ka pa. May takdang oras kayo. May takdang oras. Don't compare. You have your own time. No? As long as you follow the right path, you will have your own time. Thanks, appreciate, ano yung L? So once you start to appreciate yourself, once you start to appreciate other people's, what it is that you're going to do next, you will learn to love yourself. And you love yourself, lahat ng duda na yan, yung mga self-doubt, which is the major obstacle, no, to you attaining your dreams, mawala yan. You love yourself. Teka muna, sabi niya, di ba dapat love others muna bago love yourself? No? Pero anong sinabi ni Jesus sa Bible about loving others and loving yourself? And I quote, Bible, Jesus said, love others as you love yourself. So anong ibig sabihin ng sentence na yan? Love others as you love yourself. You have to learn how to love yourself first. And the love, yung loving yourself is not the narcissistic kind of love, but the giving kind of love. And why do I say that's the kind of giving love, kind of love? Kasi Jesus also said, how do you love? Tanong natin, how do I love? Again in the Bible, Jesus gave the answer, love as I have loved. So love yourself as Jesus has loved you, and then love others as you have loved yourself. How can you love others if you don't know how to love yourself? Ang mangyayari niyan, you will love, akala mo nilalove mo yung others, nilalove mo the other person, but you're punishing yourself. Hindi tama yun. Love others as you love yourself. Appreciate, love yourself, and then love others. And how do you love? Love as Jesus has loved. TAL. Thanks, appreciate, love. And the second L, I think, no, is the icing on the cake, is laugh. Have a sense of humor. Tawanan nyo yung problema. When you laugh, many good things happen, scientifically proven. Kahit na fake laugh. I'm sure nakikita ninyo, no? Sa mga TikTok, merong challenge dyan. Mag-fake laugh ka. Tapos, makikita mo, yung mga around you, matatawa na rin. And you, in your fake laugh, eventually, tatawa ka na rin ng tunay. No? Fake it until you make it. No? Laugh. Sometimes, you don't feel like laughing. But use your muscles. Train your muscles to smile and to laugh. When you train your muscles to smile and to laugh, sometime later on, your muscles, thank you, just after a few years, your smile muscles will be stronger than your frown muscles. And you will be going through life always smiling, even without you knowing it. And the effect of a smile is so strong. Makakita ka lang ng tao lumalapit ng smile, gumagaan agad yung loob mo sa kanya kahit hindi mo siya kilala. There is a study, no, in the presidential candidates of the US, kung sino ang what are some of the signs that will point to people voting for that candidate. And they looked at the faces, and they found out that the candidate who smiles more tends to win more. Mas malapit sa kanya ang tao. Merong mga kandidato dyan, ako serious. Magaling nga, matalino, no? I have this, I can do this. Pero merong kandidato na nandiyan na, it's so easy, mas mapalapit ka dun sa nakasmile. No? Do that yourself. And you will affect not only yourself, you will affect the people around you, you will affect your neighbors, and everything will become a very positive experience. And adversity doesn't like smiles. Lalayuan ka niyan. No? People who would usually, for some one reason or another, tend not to be very helpful to you, will be helpful to you, will open doors for you, will assist you, because you have a bright and cheery attitude. Ganon kasimple. Thanks, appreciate, love yourself, and love. So yun lang ang pwede kong ma-share sa inyo. No? And while I was preparing this, at the end of the speech, I finally realized that there was a coincidence. No? We walked tall, T-A-L-L. Pero pag Tagalogin natin yan, salamat. Tumanaw. Akapin ang sarili at mahalin ang sarili. Salamat, tumanaw at akapin. STA. STA together. Nobody left behind. Kaya ko yan sinishare sa inyo. No? I want you to bring yourself up. Habulin niyo ako, unahan niyo ako. No? Eventually in your lives. And if you become better than me, I will be the happiest person in the whole world and in the universe. So thank you very much. Tapos meron pa palang action. No? Let's all stand up. No? So that mapapasok sa inyo, ma-ingrain sa inyo, let's do the action of the STA. Salamat. Appreciate. And thank you very much. Magandang hapon po, magandang gabi po sa inyo.
Salamat, tumanaw, akapi. STA. Thank you very much, Dr. Quintos, for the very inspiring and insightful messages you imparted this afternoon. You may all be seated. Again, let's give our Dr. Quintos a big hand. For the awarding of the plaque of appreciation, may I call on Mrs. Taclea Castro to read the citation.
Sir, from Santiago Trilliana Academy, hereby presents this plaque of appreciation to Dr. Ricardo Jose de la Torre Quintos II for sharing his invaluable knowledge and outstanding experience as guest of honor and speaker during the grade 6 graduation exercises with the team K-12 graduates, pursuing dreams and fostering resilience in the face of adversity, held on the 2nd day of June in the year of the Lord 2022 at Santiago Trilliana Academy, San Sebastian, Haguri, Bulacan, Philippines. Signed by Rosario L. Tamayo, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Dr. Pablo S. Trilliana III, Chairman and Acting President.
Go.